Hey tubes, this is Jess. I was in my last video and I didn't have a lot of time to talk about the paperwork you need for international travel, so I thought I'd do a separate one on that. I briefly covered the passport one, but in case you didn't catch that, passports are something you need for any kind of international travel. It doesn't matter how long you're going to be there, they won't let you leave the country without it. You get your passports through the post office. They've got all the paperwork there, and the people are usually really nice. If it's your first time doing it, they'll walk you through it. You can get your passport pictures at places like Costco, I think, is the cheapest. If you don't have a membership there, Walgreens isn't pretty cheap. I got mine done there for, I think, $13. And then if you don't have them there, then the post office can take them. It's just going to be more expensive. Anywhere you get your picture taken, you need to make sure you're following the rules, the guidelines that your picture will be checked for. I don't know all of them. You can go talk to the post office if you want something more in depth. From personal experience, if you have glasses, they'll ask you to take them off. Mostly they obscure the view of your whole eye, and your eye is something that the shape and everything is a very distinctive feature of yourself, so they want to make sure they can see all of that. And if you do wear glasses, it doesn't matter how blind you are. A lot of places will require you to take them off. Girls or guys, if you've got long hair, take it down, and that's just to show what length your hair is. Not all places require that. It depends. I think the oddest request I've ever had is they asked me not to smile in my picture because it does something to your face, and it's like, how is this different from this? But whatever, they're the judges of that. I'm not gonna fight them on it. Just don't be making goofy faces. I mean, it's a professional document. You'll be having that for a while. If you're under 18, your passport needs to be renewed. I think it only is good for 4 years. Don't quote me on that, but it's less than adults. If you're over 18, your passport will last 10 years, I believe, or until your passport book is full. They come in 2 sizes. You can get just the standard, I think, is 28, and then the really big one is like 52 or 56 or something. Depending on how much traveling you're gonna do. No, it depends. I get out of the country pretty often, and with the job I'm hoping to get, I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling, hopefully. So I will probably want to do something with a lot more stamp space because those go by quickly. Let's see. For those of you who are renewing passports, you can do that through the mail. You just have to go down and pick up the form, fill it out. I don't think you can print it online, just because it's an official document and they want to make sure they've got all their stuff. But if you're interested, you could go online, go to the post office's email page, not email page, sorry. Go to their webpage, find out, and then you just fill out the new information, get a new picture, and submit it back in, and it'll come to you in the mail 4 to 6 weeks later, but I've had them as early as 3 weeks. So it's a good thing to be getting a really long time in front of your trip, because things can go wrong. If they spell your name wrong, you need to get that corrected because it won't match the identification and they'll think that you forged it. There are a couple places you go, depending on how long you're there, that will require visas. Because I'm jumping around from country to country and being pretty constantly moving, I don't need one for this trip. And, you know, it differs depending on which country you go to. Some of them, you know, if you're going to be there longer than a month, they want to know. and some of them you could be there for 6 months and they don't care as long as you leave eventually. So just do research on that. Also, some countries have different passport requirements as far as when they need to be renewed by. For re-entry back into the United States, your passport should be good 6 months after your return date, not after your leaving date, after your return date. So I would check that out. And I hadn't really thought about the requirements for other countries until I was talking with one of the ladies at the post office, and she said, I'm not sure what the requirements for each country is, and like, oh, I should check that, because mine is going to be done exactly 6 months and a couple of days after I get back, so it'll be right by the skin of my teeth. But I'll be ordering a new one when I get back. If you're going to be traveling a lot, moving around a lot, I would suggest, sorry guys, taking a picture of your itinerary, or printing that out, having one on an electronic copy, so type it up in email, send a PDF, whatever works for you. Keep one copy with you at all times, and then keep one stuffed with your luggage. I keep one with my parents. I let them have it so that if something happens back home, they can get a hold of me, either by calling the hostel or by calling somebody they know in the area who can get a hold of me. So I do that for also security purposes. It lets people know where you're supposed to be, and if you're not there, that something might have happened to you. I do photocopies of the front and backs of all the cards I take with me. Student ID, insurance cards, credit cards. I don't travel with debit cards just because if they're stolen, that's a direct link to your bank account, which can't be stopped unless you call home. So I just don't travel with them. But if you do take it, obviously photocopy it so that if you do lose your wallet, you still have the information. Same with your passport. I do that just so if you lose it, if it gets stolen, if you actually do forget it somewhere, you can go to your embassy and it'll speed up the process a lot. And you won't be stuck in the city for as long as you would be otherwise. This is my first trip alone, going out solo. So as a precaution, my mother and I have established kind of a safe word. It's something where if I bring it up in a call or send an email home and I mention it, they'll know that something's wrong. And I'm not sure exactly the steps that can be taken to help somebody in that situation, but if you've got somebody back home, then I'm sure they would rather know that you're in trouble than assume no news is good news. I'm not taking a phone with me. I've considered it for emergency purposes, but the numbers are going to be changing so often, I don't know that I will. I'll cover that in a technology one after this. I think that's all the documentation you need. Just make copies of everything. Make sure that you've always got your necessities on you. I mean, if that means taping your passport to your inner thigh, you tape your passport to your inner thigh, because there are just things you don't want to lose. Especially, just keep a head on your shoulders, and if there's anything else that I missed, let me know, and I'll try and address it down in the comments. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!